Hello and welcome back to this week's episode of Fishwick and Associates. And this week we're going to talk about something, we like to call mediation or coming to the table. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to our boss man, John Fishwick. John?
Zach, the host with the most, and I see we have virtual Daniel. Daniel is virtual this week. He's not in the office. He's working remotely, or so he says, but he is virtual Daniel. So mediations are something that we're doing more and more of in our practice. I think most trial lawyers are. And mediation is where the parties try to come to the table, as you say, Zach, and try to resolve their cases. And so it doesn't just happen overnight. No case. It's not like we can snap our fingers and say, okay, we settled your case. We only really settle people's cases after we put pressure on the other side. We have to establish our cases, have our case, with your help, Zach, fully investigated, and with Daniel and others' help on the legal research, put pressure on the other side, get the facts in our case that are strong, get deposition testimony. That's where our clients testify. When we do that, we can then settle cases, hopefully on good terms for our clients. And mediation is a good way to do it because it's confidential, it's not binding. So we go into a mediation, we may settle the case, we may not. We've had several mediations during COVID. One of them settled after the mediation, a couple of them didn't settle during the mediation. But we lose nothing. We're happy to do the work and prepare for them. We're very prepared for those like we are for everything. But at a mediation, there's usually a retired judge who does the mediation. Daniel worked for a judge up in Stanton area, who I don't think is doing the mediations like others are, but a lot of judges, when they retire, they do mediations, and they're very respected men and women who come in, and they try to get each side to give a little bit to find a middle ground. And sometimes that's successful, and sometimes that's not successful. And so we always think it's in our client's best interest to find out if we can settle the case. We want to save them costs and money and get them what they want in the case. It usually comes down to money. We usually represent plaintiffs, people who have been injured or got a civil rights case. And so it comes down to money. Sometimes we're able to do it and settle it for them. We've got a mediation coming up later this week in a case. We'll see what happens. But it's an opportunity that I think in the COVID world, we're going to see more and more of mediations. They've been a growing area of the law. I still think it's going to be hard to have jury trials. We can go to court, and every time we go to court, to remind all our viewers, we're making a contribution to a regional food bank for folks. We had a couple of visits in August, I think September. Every time I look at my calendar, I cringe how many times we're going to court in September. And so we're going to continue that. But all of those court appearances lead to the possibility that we could settle somebody's case. Some cases get tried no matter what, but some cases don't. And so mediation is a good way to do it. It's a way of reaching a middle ground. It's confidential. Nobody knows what happens at those mediations. And so it's an opportunity to do what's in our client's best interest. We always present that option to our clients, and many of them choose to do it. And a number of them have had success with it. But before we get to that stage, just to reiterate, it's a lot of work to get to that stage. Mm-hmm. As you know, Zach, you've seen it, seen what we do. It's depositions, it's briefs, it's getting the discovery so that the other side knows that they make a cold decision that we might lose this case. Good chance we're going to lose this case. We need to settle this case. And that's, we're usually represent the plaintiff against larger entities, government entities, larger corporations. Those are folks that need to be clear-eyed about it and understand the risk. And that's what a mediation is. It's risk assessment for everybody. So I don't know if I've explained this well enough for our viewers. They can, as you say, reach out to us, but mediation is a big part of our practice. I don't think we're still not going to have jury trials for a while in Virginia. It seems to be flaring up around here as we speak, COVID. So mediations are a way to resolve a case. It's a way to kind of get the judiciary involved in it, but only once you've done all the work. Once you've done all the work and the timing is right and it makes sense for our clients. We're always going to do what's in their best interest. But if there's an opportunity to do something that they agree with, we're obviously going to pursue that. It's their case. We're going to do whatever we can to help them win their case.
So if I hear you right, John, what I'm hearing in, lay terms, in a nutshell is, we reach out to the other side and we say, this is what we have, this is what we know you have. Let's get together. We talk, we come to an agreement, we shake, and then that's it. And again, I mean, that's obviously in very simplistic terms, but that's pretty much mediation in a nutshell, right?
That's right. That's right. And it is. Sometimes we reach out to the other side. Sometimes the other side reaches out to us. Both sides have to agree to it. So, you know, but most of the time, parties will agree to it. If nothing else, people are interested in economic reasons to shut the litigation down if they can reach a common ground. And like I said before, the case doesn't have to settle, you know, and so you can go through the process and then continue to move the case forward and have your trial. So it's a respected way, I think, within our legal community of resolving cases. And it's what we spend, you know, we have a number of them.
Very civilized.
That's the goal.
Yeah. Well, outstanding. Well, John, I think that covers it for this week's webisode. And again, to all our viewers out there, we appreciate you watching and commenting. And please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, if you have any questions or concerns or just want to talk to one of us, please don't hesitate to reach out and contact us. See you guys next week. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Zach. Thanks, Daniel.